Welcome to Thursday. I hope you're on a great Thursday wherever you happen to be. Um, Today we have 11 brand ambassadors. 11, that's just amazing. 11. So they're probably going to go pretty quickly, but you'll see lots of different ways of using the colors. Thank you for joining today. Tomorrow we have Allison Pinto as the artist on Friday. Allison is wonderful. I hope you're able to come over that day and watch her do her presentation. And hello, everybody on Facebook. I'm going to ask if Ashley and who else? Maybe Lowell and whoever else would like to try to bring over questions from Facebook so we have those answered. And with that, Letiza, why don't we start with you?
Yeah, thank you. So today we are showing the architectural set of 5 ml tube. So they are coming on the market from next month, maybe. And inside you will find the buff titanium, you will find the lavender and sepia. There are three fabulous colors. They are called a kind of neutral. To me, it seems like it is a kind of starter kit for all that want to represent the architectural elements. For example, the marble tones like travertine, like statues, fountains, facade, and wood, and doors, window frames. Then you can have many chance to do many subjects also from natural from animals like a bear or horses or food like chocolate, coffee, cream, vanilla as you like. And then also reminder of natural elements, also rock on the mountains. So these three are a fabulous triad because they are all granulating colors in different shapes. This row represent when wet in the paper, they flow, and on dry paper they stay a little bit still, like granulating. They are all three are semi-transparent. Only the sepia, only the buff titanium is a non-staining, while the other two are low staining. So, and buff titanium and sepia is in series one, while the lavender is in series two. And also other things you can paint also about architectural is also leather if you like, net, fabric, water with lavender water, sky. So you can do many things, but first suggestion is to use with the urban landscape, classical or modern one. I try to do an exercise. So this is the famous Square Coliseum in Rome. It is the foundation, the Fendi Foundation Museum, just in the Euro Quarter in Rome. It is was built in the last century in the 42. And then the other one is very famous from. This is the iconic building. There is the Guggenheim Museum in New York. And so I painted with a light buff titanium and light glaze of sepia, and then the lavender for the sky and for details, windows details. And that is, and the trees also with sepia. So you can also do a monochromatic subject if you like. So you can do all of it monochromatic instead of two colors. So have fun with this set. I show you Giovanni. Giovanni has taken another building from Rome. This is an old temple by Bramante. It is on the Gianicolo Hills in the area of Spanish Embassy in Rome. And it is very classical subject. So it is one of the famous subjects painted by the architecture students in Rome. So every student in the first year of architecture university goes here and draw and paint in plein air from the morning until the sunset. So Giovanni has painted it with the
I
with the three
show,
colors.
thank you, and show that these three famous color. I am squeezing my half pen and take it whether the first for reproduction, the beautiful sepia, and with lavender create the perfect gray tone for the shading architectural. And with buff titanium, I love this color. It's perfect on mass tone for create the travertine effect. In this case, in light mode, I created this texture. And for the creation, the gray color on this tree with lavender and buff titanium. In this case, I apply another building effect in the Corinthian order from the capital. And
this is Pantheon. This is the former capital in Pantheon.
In Pantheon in Rome, and apply a little shade of lavender, buff titanium, sorry. In this case, I have the dark with my pencil and apply this. And with sepia, use for the dark tone in this part. And this is a perfect sketching for architectural students and for the studying the type of stone. And with this three color and the gray studying, sorry. For example, with buff and one dot of sepia and lavender, created this blue-gray for this part, for create a monochromatic stone in the evening or before the night effect. And continues. It's very fun to studying all the architectural building. Thank you, John.
And we have to show the painting by Angela, who's not here with us. And she painted this painting with the three colors.
Yeah.
And she did
it's Girona during the night
painting.
Yeah, this is the skyline of Girona. Thank you, Angela. And thank you, John.
Thank you, Angela. Thank you, Giovanni.
Oh, and now moving on to Rajat.
Yeah, hi guys. Thanks, John, Catherine, and rest of the all the BAs and every guest. So I'm switching my camera just a second. So this is like I poured my colors over here. So these are the this is the, of course, lavender, buff titanium, and this is the sepia. So I'll do a quick sketch because the time is not too much. So I always use buff titanium most of my paint because it gives me a very unique shade. And it's a unique combination, like these three colors are. So this is how it is happening. It's the quickest sketch I have ever done.
Love it.
But these
That would have
colors are
taken, that would have taken me 2 hours.
yeah. So that's how.
That's good.
Thank you.
Thanks, Richard. From India, we now move on to Brazil with Sylvia.
Yes, hello. Hi, John. Good evening here. Good morning. Good night. Yeah. Okay. Let's talk about these three colors, which I love because I think it's pure poetry. This set for I'm an architect, so I'm suspect. I love it because it gives us a composition of architecture. We can explore lightness, sensitive, and I think this Tuscany, it doesn't look like a Tuscany landscape, but it is. I think it gives identity, something different, atmospheric, pure poetry. So I love this combination of three colors. So I'm gonna show you the buff titanium. It's good for old plaster. So it's amazing to draw, to paint with it. The old walls, and as Letty and Gio showed us from home, for example, I think it's amazing. It always helps me too much in my compositions. Sepia for the details, and I always say life has no outline, but sepia gives us this outline for for definition. So it helps a lot. And also lavender, what can I say? That cool shadows, it's amazing with lavender. And I always like to show you how the colors works together, how they work together with water. So lavender, the three colors are granulating colors, which I especially love because I think we can achieve different textures. And the harmony between these three colors, even for nothing, it's amazingly beautiful, good for the eyes. Yeah, I can keep looking at it and watching this beautiful grays appear, and also the granulation. This is a hot pressed, so I can show you the granulation easily. Here too, different way of granulation, but very beautiful. So it's amazing how much harmony we can have with these colors. And that's it, my friends. That's what I wanted to show you, okay? Beautiful colors. Expansion is very good. And the granulation as well. Yeah. Beautiful.
Very nice.
Yeah, above all, the harmony. I think it's very beautiful, very nice. And that's it. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sylvia.
Thank you.
Welcome, Sabina.
Hi, all over the world, and hello, John. And so nice to hear you from Sylvia. I just want to show you the three colors of the architecture, and I think it's a very soft color, a middle color, and a deep color. and I just work on it. And it's not Guggenheim, but it's a little nature architecture. And so you can find in everywhere some things you self to make an architect. And so when you go in the color, and I just have the lavender here in Germany on my dot card. And so we go inside and I show you some little landscape. And so we can create for ourselves the colors, and that's all right, Sylvia. You tell us that colors look so nice together and so soft, and it's a very good combination. I love it very much. So you can put the buff titanium here in the lavender, and it's just soft for your eyes. And it's just a pleasure to paint on it and to took the colors together. And when you mix it, you see it here. You can put it a little bit together and you go inside on some areas they are wet to mix it a little bit and to show. And so it's low staying, just above titanium is not staining, but the other two colors are low staining, and it's allowed to put things out your paper. And that's very interesting. I love it. And just to play with put colors inside and outside. And here again, wet areas, you can put little trees inside, and you can make dusty atmosphere, and just look for architecture everywhere. That's my message for the evening. Thank you so much, John, for that amazing colors.
Thank you, Sabrina. That's beautiful.
We welcome Jerome, Gary.
Hello. Hi,
Oh,
everybody from France. Do you hear me?
I hear you fine.
Oh, nice. So, I did this watercolor this afternoon, and I was very happy to use one of my favorite lavender color, this very soft blue, and I love it's a little opaque blue, little bit opaque. I used also, I didn't have a tube, but I had buff titanium in a stick, and I didn't have the sepia in my collection. So I used the Bandic Brown, which is very, very close to the sepia. And I loved to try cityscape with the mix of those three colors with not night, but between day and night mood. I could soften the lights with a brush because it's non-staining colors. They are non-staining colors. I could soften a lot of places. I used masking fluid for all the small lights in the background for the city and small areas here. And I used also this masking fluid for these lines. I love these three colors together. They are so soft and nice, very easy to paint. The blue, the lavender, is not a dark blue. Even pure, it's still quite middle range blue. In this area, I mixed a little bit with the sepia-like color, my brown. So it's blue and brown together. And this is a more titanium area. And all the grays are very nice, mixed with the colors. And what I love with the blue is that as it is a little bit opaque, you can use it on a dark area like this. It's a little, you see, bluish area. There also, and there also, and the car also, as it's opaque, you can use it on dark areas after it's dry and give very beautiful mixes. What can I say? Hmm. So these areas were tape. I used tape to protect them. And I think I did little scratch with the blade after at some places. And I used the opacity of the buff titanium also to make lines like this line after it was dry. These lines, as it's a bit opaque. I could do a lot of little lines with the buff titanium. Very, very nice to use and mix semi-transparent colors. I love them because it's I come from oil painting before doing watercolor. So I appreciate semi-transparent or little opaque colors. So thank you very much, everybody, for being here, and thank you, John, for these lovely colors. Thank you.
Jerome, how do you do your cables, those thin lines?
Oh, this is brush, fine brush, small. I use this. So
Okay.
Yes.
Nice.
But I mixed blue and brown. So this is a little bluish.
Yeah. Great. Thank you.
Thank you, John. Hello, Bethany.
Welcome.
Hi. Hi, you guys. I was just playing to see what it would look like in a loose landscape. So I just prepped the paper with the buff titanium, lavender, and sepia, really watered down, and then I started to build my trees. But it lifts, so it's a little bit more forgiving. Like, for instance, if I didn't like that tree, look at that. Not so often in watercolor you can erase, right? So it's a really forgiving colors, the three of them. They all lift wonderfully. To pull color off and then put it back down again. So you just kind of work with your paper and allow. But another neat thing is when you splatter water into it, you can get these really nice, interesting, kind of misty, moody effects. So yeah, I'm just playing with the three colors together. I mixed a little bit of titanium white to get lighter versions and darker to just really play with that lifting. So when I'm all done painting, then I'll probably lift some negative trees as well. But yeah, thank you for these really neat triads, John. They're pretty cool.
You're so welcome. Thank you, Becky.
Thank you.
I love the way that it's like diffused light coming through. It's really nice.
Thank you. We'll see how it turns out.
Hello, Praful.
Oh, hello everyone. Thank you, John. This is yesterday I printed. You can see granulation, sepia. Then you have lavender, and I used
Rahul, hold it up
yes,
a little. Yeah, there.
yeah,
A little
you
up.
can
Yeah.
see. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the harbor, and the breakwater is there. You can see the ships. Just yesterday evening photograph, and I painted on there. So beauty is sepia and lavender mix here, and this is also sepia and lavender mix. Most of the colors and leaving white paper white there for shade. I hope you like it. Thank you, John. Thank you, everyone.
No, thank you, Praful.
Very nice. Praful, very nice.
Thank you, thank you.
All right.
Hello.
Hello. So these 5 mil triads are such a great way to try new colors, and I want to show you how I would try them if they were new to me. I always refer to that as making new friends. And so one of my favorite things to do is just to toss aside all expectations and just play. So I'll take the new ones and combine them with, say, an old favorite. In this case, I used green gold and a little bit of iridescent gold and some watercolor pencil. I chose green gold, one, because it is a favorite, but two, because the behavior of that green gold is so much different than the little triad that we're playing with today. So for example, the buff titanium, the lavender, and the sepia, they're all pretty heavy. The sepia is burnt under and ivory black. The lavender is actually titanium white, ultramarine blue, and ultramarine violet mixed together. And the buff titanium, I was doing a little search before, and it's my understanding that it's titanium white with a little bit of iron oxide still in it to give it a bit of color. So they're all really kind of heavy pigments, heavy products. Whereas the green gold is this nice, light, bright, transparent, going to push everything out of the way color. So I take my new friends that I'm getting to know, an old favorite, and without any expectations, I just throw it onto the paper, right? I did a sepia wash, and you can see how it goes from just this beautiful creamy to the nice, deeper shades. I came back and did some little petals or leaves on top and just kept splashing and playing, and then came back with some watercolor pencil. So on the outside, it's a little bit of a mess, but this is intentional because look what happens when you really look closely. You start to see these lovely little moments come out. So for example, in this one, the way that that green gold plays with the lavender, or the way that the lavender does this gorgeous little edge around the buff titanium, or in this one, how the granulation comes out so nicely in the sepia. And then this one, how you get the buff titanium texture inside the sepia, and then the different ways that you can use the sepia from the light to the dark. And I think that each one, these lovely little moments, just has just a nice little message about what my artistic voice would be or what my style would be. So when I came back to this color set and had sort of a piece in mind, for example, I would pull from this kind of information to then move forward with my art pieces. So I have a whole box of these lovely little moments from different color sets and different paintings that I keep. So it's a fun game, and I would encourage you to play along sometime. Thank you.
Lowell, when you cut those circles out, do you just use like a circle hole punch thing? How do you do?
I'll show you. Hold on, I'll get it. So let me move some of this stuff off here. Yeah, it's a Fiskars. circle cutter. So you can adjust the size of your circle. It's a little tricky, not gonna lie. You got to really press down and rotate it. But yeah, and so I use them on the cotton paper, all different kinds. You know, work at it with the 300 pound, but the mineral paper, it cuts beautifully. And so yeah, I have, you know, a whole just a little stash. You know, you can even make little notes on the backs of them about what colors that you use, and they have helped me find my voice, and they speak to inspiration when I move forward with the colors. So thank
I
you.
love that. It's the best.
Lovely little moments.
Lovely, lovely.
We now move on to Besnik.
Hi, Besney.
Hi. Hi, everyone.
Oh, business.
Since today we are talking about architecture mixes, I try to do some similar to urban sketching. I dissolved sepia and buff titanium. So here is sepia and buff titanium. And I have used this tool, I suppose you already know. So I dissolved it, made it as ink looking, and just did all of these lines, these drawings of some architecture, just without any photo. I'm just imagining it, using, of course, the perspective. And then I am playing with these three colors by mixing the buff titanium, where I usually, when I do cityscape, even in paintings, and in here, I strongly prefer for buildings color, as it makes a beautiful granulation, and it reminds of some old building of the structure of the facades, different facades. Speaking about lavender, it's very beautiful color. You can use I can use most of the time. I use it even for sky or any of the blue colors of the sea or whatever. So in here I have used a mix of lavender and buff titanium as a background, as some sky. Of course, I will add more after it gets dry, a little bit more of lavender. And in here, I will add more details of this imaginative windows of this building. So I wanted to represent a little bit differently, because I knew that all of you guys will do beautiful mixes with these beautiful colors. So I thought, why not showing it in more sketching for urban sketchers or architects. And most of the time, I also use it with the students that I teach them in architecture. I teach them sketching. So this kind of tools, I prefer them to dissolve, not use only China ink, but they can also use the watercolor dissolved, and with this kind of tools, they can make drawing. So I will go ahead with more details. I will post it definitely after I finish. It will take a little bit more time to draw these windows. Let's go ahead with another brand ambassador, and I will go further with this. Thank you so much for watching. Yes?
Can you tell us more about that tool you're using?
You mean which
The pen.
this one?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a glass. It's a glass pen. I don't know how they call it.
Glass
It has it has this structure, and when you dip it in any liquid, it holds the liquid, and you can draw. Like, I will show it. It's very simple. I thought, see, you can dissolve any of the watercolors and use it as a ink. Holds a lot of. You see the lines? They hold a lot of this liquid, so you can draw with it. It's very nice tool for sketching. Here. You can use it just as a pen and ink technique.
Thank you, Bessie.
You're welcome.
Good job, brother. Listening.
Thank you. Thank
Good
you.
one.
Thank you so much. It's very sketchy, but yeah, why not using it for urban sketching? Of course, you can use any of the maybe black um, ballpoints or whatever you use for some more contrast. I would definitely add a little bit of more lines just to have some more contrast, maybe in this building.
Superb.
Some human figures here, bit abstract ones. Or maybe even better to dissolve one of the beautiful blacks that we have and use it as the other colors.
Besnik, are you using waterproofing?
This is not waterproof. This one I'm using is not waterproof.
Okay,
But
thank you.
this area is already dry, so it doesn't solve. Maybe with sepia, the shadow. You see how it dissolved,
Yes.
but mixed with water. Inner lines of this dissolved sepia that I mentioned. Some small windows there. Add a little bit more contrast with lavender. I think it will pop up these three buildings. I add more lavender here. Am I on or not?
You are. And
Because
after
I
you, we're going back to Gio's take on architecture subject as well.
okay.
Yes, Giovanni is continuing to do some details or marbles and also to paint facade of the ancient temple.
Yeah, I created the texture with the mixing on my palettes with the lavender and buff for create this gray and sepia and buff in sequence and lavender after for create a light gray, blue gray for create these windows. And for the light buff, I created the text of the columns. And after the sepia drying with the gray mixing with the buff and lavender, I created the little point of light inside in the shadow for create a texture or part of the architecture. It's very fun set. And continue with the texture of the travertines. In this case, I have
the archibeam. This is the archibeam.
This part and apply the sepia in a light mode. Okay, this part of light. This is the light part is not a white on paper, but is a completely washed with light buff titanium.
Quanti livelli hai fatto di questo?
This is I think 8 or 10.
It least.
And continues with the tail. This is my photo reference, for example. And the building, okay, is a oops, sorry, is a red, but I create this texture with buff and obtain this with sepia and buff. And this is my sketching.
Let's go back to Sylvia as well.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, I was painting details here. And here, I just, there was the thing that I turned to be a forest, a mystical one, because this color suggests me mystic things. So I started to see trees here. And, but you know, guys, what I was really looking here is this amazing mix that we have here. I don't know if the camera shows you, but it's deep. We have buff titanium, then lavender and sepia, but they separate here and create a feeling of depth. So I think this is so nice. Sometimes what I think that lacks in my paintings is deep. So I always see what I can do, like layering and using granulating pigments like this to create this atmospheric thing that you see through the painting. That's what I think it's amazing in watercolor. Because if we are painting watercolor, we have to show through the eyes of a watercolor. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying, if I'm clear, but transparency is something very nice, and also granulation as well. So I was just, completing some details here with sepia. and just giving some touches, which helps us to have more contrast, which I think is very important in a painting, having contrast, so you can, I think it's very pleasant to have contrast whenever we paint. Doesn't matter the subject, having contrast is something very, very good. And it's a very good combination of three harmonic colors. I love it. And I am exploring, especially the buff titanium, because I'm not the one who uses a lot of white. And this the buff titanium is something, it's a color that is different. I have to learn how to use Raja. I learn with you a lot, because using buff titanium, like
Thank you, dear.
I always open painting, especially in France, the old plaster with buff,
Right.
right, with buff titanium. It's
Yes.
amazing. And it's so quick, the result that we have with this two colors like sepia and buff titanium. For a plein air in France, isn't it, Raja?
Yes, you're right. You're absolutely right.
Yeah, isn't it? Because
Yeah.
it's big, and I don't know why, but it doesn't dries fast. I don't know, but what I feel about this, and I don't know if I'm right, John, but lasts a little bit more wet. I don't know why.
Yes, you are right.
And see in minutes, so in adding a little bit of lavender on top of it, I'm mixing everything on the paper. Then we have a beautiful wall, old wall, plaster, and it's beautiful. The effect is amazing. It has, you can see through the layers, and it's a beautiful mix. And what, with my flat brush, so we can, I'm trying here to invent something, but like old stones, and we can have a quick results on this. See, and yeah, it's amazing for architecture. I wish I had this in my college years to draw and paint architecture. That's it.
So
And then we'll invite again Sabina.
thank you, Sylvia.
Thank you, John, for these colors. Amazing.
So that's absolutely right, Sylvia. Thank you for the reminder. I think that you can take both the lavender and the buff titanium. You make the colors a little bit more milky, and you just have an atmosphere. And if you need some atmosphere in the clouds or in the water or in some buildings, so you can use that three colors perfectly. And so you see, it's just like look a little bit dusty, and this lavender it's a little bit granulated, so you have some not only flat, because it's a substance, and you see what's happened in a picture. So it's just like the deepness of the sepia. So you have just a very good combination, that three colors. I always use the sepia for the trees, so you have a very good look for the outside of the trees, for the skin of the trees. It's building by themselves because the granulation, and so you can building perfectly trees, and the bottom of the trees, it's also nice for that. So I think architecture is just a thing in your head. You can build nature, you can build houses, you can build with this three perfect colors, this perfect combination, you can build many things. And I love that colors in that combination. It's for me, it's perfect. I love it very much.
Thank you, Sabina.
Thank you, Sabine. Buffy, are you
Hello.
going back to Buffy?
Sorry, I was trying to dry my painting. Taking a very long time today. I just swatched out the colors again so you could see how much granulation or how much of the texture of the paper, however you want to look at it, is showing through all three of these colors. This is almost dry, but I just wanted to show the lifting since my painting is still drying of these colors, which is the gold mine. And I love that Sylvia shared that she had to learn how to use the paper or these paints. And I think that's what she said, how she said it, because when you're using paints that are semi-opaque or they have any titanium in them at all, it can be quite a challenge to paint with it. So if you're new to using these colors, practicing in a sketchbook or scratch paper and working out how the paints behave can help you have success. I mean, even the part where the water went under the stencil is lifting. I mean, these just so pretty. So it's not, a lot of the colors I use are very staining. So having colors that lift up like this can just be magical.
That's amazing. Can you turn that paper one time in every? Can you turn it, the paper? So you see perfect, no color, is very big in you see just the darkness of the sepia, but every color have his only voice, and I think it's the same. It's very harmonic. I love it.
Thank
And
you.
ha-
What I
and
wanted to
then
say too, really
beautiful.
quick, is the buff titanium, how it creeps into the sepia is really delightful. So even the lavender, even doing like a two-color painting with this and then just splattering some lavender in could be very exciting too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you. This
We
one
now go
is
back to Lo.
So I saw a question in the chat. Someone was asking if I do collage, and I have not found my way with that yet. But I did intentionally choose this particular size as my favorite. I bought some cards actually that I was thinking I might seal these with cold wax and adhere them to the cards. And I thought that would be lovely. And just kind of in terms of like tools and process to follow up a little bit, you know, again, at this no expectations, lovely little moments game is something that interests you. I find the little good pieces of the paintings that I love with the help of these little circle rulers that I got on Amazon. And then we talked about my little Fiskars cutter. And in terms of, I don't want to add confusion by switching color sets, but just to give you some idea of the process and how this can progress, I did have an example that I grabbed from the side. So just quickly, I'm switching color sets, but it's talking to the process and where this kind of game, this little lovely little moments really comes into play in your work. I start with a palette that I've built, right? And then I will do a no expectations play, and I'll find places in here that really, really speak to me. So for example, this interaction of colors, I loved this texture here, and I recreated it a little bit there, but then I moved on to what I would consider a final piece, and it exists, and I'll try to zoom in so I can show you that particular effect that I love exists here and here. So that really shows you the value of play, getting to know those pigments with just no expectation, finding the interactions that you love, and then moving toward using them in your final pieces. So thanks so much.
Thank you, Laura.
I think we can still invite about 1 to 2 sharers, John, like Anna.
That sounds great.
Anna Cadella. Okay, let's put in Anna. There you go.
Hi. Sorry, I don't have I just follow Rajat's
Wow.
quick sketch, and I just started Sylvia's and Sabine's, and that's as far as I got today.
Looks wonderful.
But I'll finish. I'll rewatch it because it's incredible. And everybody was commenting that how 3 colors can be interpreted so many ways and so beautifully. So I
It's
really
beautiful.
appreciate
You have done beautiful job.
Look, Rajat, that's there.
Commendable.
I followed along.
Thank you.
So thank you everybody for sharing. It was a great session today. Thank you.
Thank you, Anna.
Thank you.
And
Thank you, John.
John,
Thank you.
there's Diane, and I just saw an artwork from David Dubois. So maybe let's move to Diane first, and then I could just send share
Beautiful.
David's
Beautiful.
image.
Oh, wow. Love it. Diane.
Okay.
Very nice.
I love the intensity.
Veronica too.
Oh,
And let me see later, David.
Hello.
Is David still on? Let's look out for
Yeah,
I'm
David.
here.
Yeah, he's
Okay,
there.
let's put you on spotlight too, David.
Nice
Oh,
one.
There, we have 3 today.
Okay.
Wow.
oh,
Wow.
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 Nice.
Very nice. All of you.
Yes.
Yeah, that's great.
Great, great day.
Love it. It's also
Um,
cohesive.
You learn
Yeah.
something new every day.
Yeah.
Let's put
Yes.
McAnna's.
Sun or
And
the
a
moon.
special invitation to those who share their artworks, like David, Anna, of course, Diane, and Veronica. If you are sharing it on your socials, please don't forget to tag us. Daniel Smith
Always.
Artist Materials. Okay.
Thank you very much. Very
Thank
nice.
you. Yeah, right now
put
it's the
everybody.
World Watercolor Month, and I'm tagging you.
Looks
Ooh.
good.
All right.
And Ashley and Buffy are doing great stuff.
Thank you.
Thank you, David.
Yeah.
Thanks, Veronica.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Diana. Thanks, Anna.
Okay, everyone, see you tomorrow.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.